Now Jesus is saying, come, you blessed of my Father. Why? Enter the kingdom. Why? Because I was hungry and you gave me food. So oh my God, the satisfied Jesus blesses with the food, blesses. Come, you blessed of my Father. Now he's blessing those who gave him food. Come, you blessed of my Father, because I was hungry and you gave me food. You see? And then it says, I was thirsty and you gave me drink. I was a stranger and you took me in. Now, in other words, the thirsty Jesus, the satisfied Jesus with the drinks blesses. Jesus who has a home, who has been accommodated, blesses those who give him a house. He says, come, you blessed, because I was homeless and you gave me a home. Verse 36. And I was naked and you clothed me. So the clothed Jesus who has garments, who is not naked, blesses. And then I was sick and you visited me. So this Jesus who was sick and you visited him on the bed, he will bless you. He blesses because he was treated. He was visited. You took juice to him. You catered for his medical bills. You see? And then it says, I was in prison and you came in to me. So this Jesus in prison, if you visit him and see him in the prison, then he will bless you. So we are seeing the satisfied Jesus with the food, the clothed Jesus with the garments, the treated Jesus, a Jesus with a home who is not homeless, blesses. He blesses. Let us continue. And then the righteous will answer, verse 37, the righteous will answer him saying, Lord, when did we see you hungry and fed you, and thirsty and we gave you drink? When did we see you stranger and take you in, naked and clothed you? Verse 39. When did we see you sick or in prison and came to you? Verse 40. And the king will answer and say to them, assuredly I said to you, inasmuch as you did it to one of the least of these my brethren, you did it to me. Now let me tell you, Jesus the King will say at the last day in heaven, and say, as much as you closed those least ones. Who are the least ones? The poor, the needy, the poor in our community, the needy in the church are the least ones. Those who have no common necessities, who are lacking common necessities for human. Those are the ones who are representing the poor Jesus. So the poor Jesus is that brother who has no food. The poor Jesus is that homeless sister. The poor Jesus is that naked brother. The poor Jesus is that sick brother or sister who does not have any who can't pay the medical bills. The poor Jesus is that homeless one, is that naked one. So these poor brother, these needy brothers and sisters in the church, whenever they lift their voice, they curse. They curse because they're hungry. They curse because they go naked, But if they are satisfied, we supply them, we meet their needs, they bless us. They lift their voices and bless us. They lift their voices and bless us. They lift their voices and bless us. Whenever they are praying, Lord, bless these people. They are taking care of me. They gave me a home. Lord, bless them. They dressed me. Lord, bless them. They paid my medical bills. Lord, bless them. Bless them, Lord. They are providing me food. They will bless you because you provided their needs. Those ones are the ones that represent the poor Jesus. Jesus comes in our meeting so that we can remember him. He became poor. Remember, he was rich, but he gave us his riches. So for you who are saying, I am rich, these are my riches, it's my labor. No, my dear. Remember, Jesus was rich, but he became poor and gave you his riches. So you own them. You have them. So he comes near you so that you can remember him. A poor red built near your face so that you can remember that poor Jesus. A poor person came in your home so that you can remember that the poor Jesus who dwells in your home. The needy believers come in our church meetings so that the Jesus, he comes to be remembered. Those who have food, remember this hungry Jesus. Those who have enough clothing, remember this naked Jesus. Those who have, those who have homes, remember the homeless Jesus. He gave away his homes. You sleep and you have many homes. So he comes as a homeless Jesus so that you can remember him. That's why the poor will not cease. Why? Because the poor are reminding us that Jesus became poor for our sake. But you know how we call these are useless people. They don't work. They are useless. My dear, this poor Jesus is not dwelling in heaven. This poor Jesus is your neighbor. This poor Jesus came to be your neighbor. This poor Jesus came to dance and sing with you in a church so that you can remember him. You are better now. Remember him. So, we are seeing in the scriptures, let us see, we are rediscovering the cursing Jesus. I say the hungry Jesus becomes a cursing Jesus. That is our topic today. Hey, I thank you for joining us. We read the scriptures because I want truth. Today, men of God read one scripture and they close. Maybe that's why you don't get the whole truth. Because the whole truth cannot be found in one scripture.